All right, boom. We're live. We are live. Let's see who shows up because we're live. Live. We are once again live. We are once again alive. Rizzy, what's up? Gabe, what's up? Emmanuel, what's up? Let's freaking go. Dave, CJ, Gabe. We're back, baby. And this time, I have shrimp. This is going to be an ASMR stream. Because I've got shrimp. Gabe, get ready. I'm gonna send you a link in a bit. Jason, Nikhil. I ain't selling no matter what. What's up, everyone? Tesla's the GOAT. That's true. Tesla is the GOAT. Emmanuel, Amit, any thoughts about Adobe's Figma M&A? Yeah, so this was a good one. I think they had to pay the premium. So Figma raised 10 billion last time, so they paid 100% premium, buying them at 20 billion. And I think they had to do it, right? Because Figma was going to go public. When you're a $10 billion company, the only way investors get liquid is if you go public, or you get a major acquisition, right, for them to get a return on their money. So I think that it was a good deal for Figma, obviously. I think Adobe had to stop a competitor from getting really big one day and messing up what they've got going on. So, I mean, it was an overall good deal. The stock market didn't like it, but I think this is actually the best time to do that deal because the whole market's going down. So you want the stock market to kind of be annoyed, you know? Like, all right, it's kind of the same thing with stock-based compensation. I think this is the best time for Palantir to do a lot of stock-based compensation because if you're giving shares at $7, you know, people have an incentive, right? Like they could triple their stock options. And so I'd rather do it now when the market's going to go down anyway, where even if you're beating results by 100%, the market doesn't care because the macro sucks. So I think Adobe had to ultimately make the decision. They were going to do it regardless. Like whether it was now or later, they were going to pull the trigger and the stock will recover, you know, over time. But I don't think 20 billion was the worst thing for them to be able to do. Still grinding at NJTA Highway and listening in. Shout out to you, Damien. That's all. NJTA Highway. Is that New Jersey? That's New Jersey's highway? That's awesome if you're in New Jersey. I didn't know that. Guys, I've got some shrimp. First of all, who likes shrimp? I've got some shrimp. I don't know why my stomach was hurting today. Because I woke up this morning, bro, and I was so hungry. And I was like, why am I this hungry? Like, what is going on? I'm usually never this hungry. My stomach was just like starving. I was like, what's going on? NJ Turnpike. Oh, okay. Awesome. NJ Turnpike. Love it. Love it. Fried shrimp. Yes, it is fried shrimp. Fried shrimp is the best, bro. I don't know when I discovered fried shrimp, but when I discovered it, it was amazing. All right, let's look at what Cathie bought today. So that was the title of the stream. I just saw a guy that looks just like you today at World of Beers in Doral City Place. Where's Doral City's place? What state is that? Let me know. Interesting. A lot of people have said they found people that look like me, to be honest. It's happened many, many times in my life. Yo, I take off the hat and the hair is crazy, bro. Dude, admit the eating ASMR on live has got to go. Bro, I'm hungry. Oh, man. You guys are not going to let me eat? Do I mute it every time I chew? Why don't you guys like my eating sounds? Isn't that relaxing to people? How do you guys not like that? Okay, we got ARK right here. Look at what she bought today. 395,000 shares of Ginkgo Bioworks in the ARK KK fund. 1.6 million Ginkgo shares in ARKG. Look, all I'm saying is, bro, I think this is a company at least worth thinking of and doing a little bit of research when someone's buying this much. You know, maybe she's totally wrong on this, maybe. But at these valuations, goodness gracious, 1.6, that's 2 million shares. Like, that's insane, bro. I love the crunch. See, some of you guys like it. Some of you guys like it. Why admit no love me? Matt, you know I love you, bro. You're my guy. Also, Matt, can you do the pod tomorrow? We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Bro, the Palantir Weekly tomorrow, we have to talk about Karp's CNBC interview. We have to talk about Karp's shareholder letter. We have to talk about Palantir being named the leader in AI. And we have to talk about the Hyundai heavy industry deals. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot of stuff to talk about. What's up, Amit? What's up, Hod? I'm second guessing my Sofi position. Interesting, Gabe. We're going to have to talk. Oh, Lithuania. We're going to have to talk about that tonight, Gabe. Why are you second guessing Sofi? I will gladly. Okay, awesome. Now, Kramer's bullish on Sofi. He came out today. He said he's bullish, which sucks because, you know, when Kramer says he's bullish, it's annoying. But I still like Sofi. Also, I found this thing on Sofi. I posted it on Aldea today. I found a new app called Flip, which, you know how people say Sofi is the AWS of fintech and people are going to leverage their Galileo technology to build their platforms on top of. I found a startup that's in the payment space that's literally using Galileo. So it's like not some, it's just AWS. Like I found a new company as of July 2022. There's an interview with their founder on why they picked Galileo. So it's very interesting, very, very interesting stuff they have. And it's just cool to see how people are, using the platform in a different way. All right, Gabe, I'm about to send you the link. So let me get that up. Gabe, I want you to talk to us about Zim, and I want you to talk to us about Sofi. Also, the market took a beating today, guys. The market took an apps. 2 million shares of Palantir. No, she sold 37 million shares of Palantir. The 2 million shares were of my newest stock, Ginkgo. And I'm not buying it because of Cathie. Like, it's awesome that Cathie's buying it, but Cathie got me interested in it, even though that's not really fair because a lot of people, I did a whole interview with Glitch Life like 2 months ago about this stock. But when I started going into the rabbit hole, I'm like, holy crap, at this valuation, this might be something, bro. I could be wrong, and all of us could be wrong. Have you increased your position alpha just by like 2 shares? Let me see how many Google I have. Google I have is 7 shares, 7.7 shares. DNA I'm up to 1.37 shares. Sofi 221, Palantir 2.27K, and good old Purple Biotech 3.31K. Inside ownership of DNA is actually really good. The CEO has a lot of them. I don't know the exact numbers, I'll have to check, but it's a decent amount. Yo. What's up, boss?
Living the dream.
What'd you eat for dinner today?
Shitty day. Pasta.
Why?
Pasta.
What type of pasta?
God damn it. I had the weirdest thing happen today. It's never happened before. A USB port anyway, I had to move my camera and now it's in this shitty area. So fuck. I gotta figure it out. The lighting's all bad.
You put up a new video last night, I saw.
Yeah. Bro. Has this ever happened to you? No, probably not.
Probably.
No, probably not. So I put up a new video and I literally fucking misspoke about technical data. Like I put out wrong information. And as I realized it, I said, oh, fuck. And I fucking deleted the video and had to do it all over again. So I was up till 4 a.m.
For one video.
Yeah, I'm a perfectionist sometimes.
What did your girl say about it?
She likes everything I do. Duh.
That's good, bro. Like you got through that one of those first content creator. It's like either the camera fucking fails or some shit happens, right? Where you got to do it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough night, but you get through it, you know?
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, why'd it go away? You see that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, so.
Why'd my video go away? You see?
I don't know.
Now, hold on. I got to check. What the fuck is going on? There we go. Oh, okay. This other camera is now. All right, we're going to use this one.
Hello, investors of...
No, it's not hello. It's greetings, investors of Earth. I'm Gabe,
Greetings.
and this is GS Strategies. You know you like it. You wouldn't
No,
make
it's
fun
good.
of it if you didn't like it.
No, it's good. Okay, Sofi, tell us what's going on. What are you feeling there?
No. SoFi is at the end of the day, SoFi is a bank stock, and I was just looking at it technically. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm just pissed at myself because I wrote $6 puts and it's already under $6, and I got 3 months to go. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
shit's probably not getting better, right? It's
Definitely.
so weird, bro.
Well,
Because
there's
Josh Brown says we're gonna have a face ripper rally.
Yeah, we will. What Josh Brown didn't tell you is it's going to be after we scare the fuck out of most people, and we either double bottom or go past our previous low, and then we'll have a face ripper rally. I'm telling you, we got like 5% from around 5% from where we're at now to touch the new lows. And
Do you think the Fed needed to do 75 bips? Like personally, do you think they needed to do that?
No. They that needed. Okay, you need to tell me what the final agenda is, because needed.
Get inflation down. Get inflation down.
I think it expedited it. Right? Was it the right thing to do? It depends who you ask. I mean, if you're losing money in the stock market, you're going to say no, right?
That is true.
Yeah. So it just depends who you ask.
Okay, can you give us Zim? So this is a stock you've been thinking about for a while.
Thinking. I have a large position. Position.
Pull it up on the screen.
Zim?
You can take us through the technicals and fundamentals. Zim is for those who don't know, it's a shipping company.
Well, I'm going to take you through the fundamentals first.
Okay.
The fundamentals is where it's exciting.
I'm going to share their website while you're getting that up.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Zim International Shipping. It's so crazy how many companies are on the world, bro.
Integrated shipping.
There's like Google, Tesla, there's all the sexy names. Then there's companies like this that actually make the world go round, right? Like, this is the shit they got. Oh, they have a YouTube channel. Okay, let's go to their YouTube. Oh, they have 1,000 subs. Gabe, you're growing up in the subs too. You have like almost 250 subs. You're like, it's pretty quick, bro. It's gonna be 1,000 soon. Like,
oh, I'll be so happy.
That'll be dope.
I'll be so happy. Okay. All right. Let's go to can I share my screen now?
Yeah, share it and then I'll put it on the screen.
All right. And also I get to show people about this. I mean, I love this fucking tool, stockunlock.com. I am not getting paid. I just really like it. Share screen.
And let us know how big your position is also before you get into it.
Sure. Okay. My position.
Oh, by the way. All right, go ahead. Say your position first.
My position, I wrote 20 puts at the $25 strike. So multiply $25 times 2,000. That's how many shares I have to be able to buy. And then I bought 10 calls at the $23 strike, and that cost me $6,000.
So about 60 grand you need to have to be able to deal with this?
Yeah, correct. Ish. Yeah.
Okay, before we get into this, did you like my explanation this morning about the 2-year, 10-year inverting?
It was pretty good. You said RSIs again, why do you have it on the monthly chart? Like, look here, I'll show you. When you go on a chart, right, and you're looking at something, don't look at the monthly, my guy. Don't look at the monthly, and definitely don't dictate what's happening by saying where the RSI is on the monthly. I mean, if RSI is oversold on the monthly, I mean that is pretty serious. But like in a bull market, because we will come back to a bull market one day, use the daily or the
so
weekly.
The RSI matters more on the daily, right?
For sure, for the for the near term, it's the daily. Yeah, for the near term, like you're not going to be able to predict or track a technical short term rally, for instance, based on a monthly RSI reading or a monthly divergence in the MACD or something. Like you have to look at the daily, and then depending on the move that you're trying to find out depends on the time frame. Or sometimes you go to deeper time frames just to look at a bigger picture, right? To look if it's a upward or downward move. But you don't use the monthly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris
But
said to
anyway,
look at Duolingo, so we have to look at that after.
why I want Chris in here because he said today. Chris said today that I don't know seems sketchy, and we're
Bro,
gonna
Chris is
prove.
always throwing around bearish sentiment around any stock that you or I like. Like, oh, DNA's a scam. Oh, Zim seems fishy. Meanwhile,
Okay.
he's talking about buying a language earning app that makes most of their money off ads because they can't get anyone to buy the fucking free the subscription. You don't think I know about Chris Duolingo, Chris? I know a lot about Duolingo. These motherfuckers can't monetize.
So let's talk about Zim
Bro,
real
you need
quick.
you to zoom in
Okay,
though. You gotta zoom in.
zoom in. I don't think I can.
Just
No,
go
I
to
don't
the
think I
three
can.
dots at the top and then
There's no three dots on this,
at
is
the
there?
top, bro. Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay, thank you. Sorry. All right. So really quick, I'm just gonna show you the book value, right? But book value is very, very important. Let me show you what book. Let me I can't see things. Okay, book value is also called shareholder equity, right? And basically, what book value is you gather up all of the assets of a company. So that's cash, that's real estate, all the assets, everything that's worth money. You gather it all up, and then you also find all the liabilities. So that's all debt and everything of that nature. And then the way to find book value is you subtract the debt the uh, from from the assets, and then that is what the company is worth. And why Zim is so special is because it has a larger book value. So this is after all liabilities are paid. It it has a larger book value, which basically it has a larger. It's worth more than its current market cap. I explained it here very well. So the Zim book value is 5.242 billion, right? And the current market cap is 3.4 billion. This number is actually closer to 60% now. So Zim's market cap is actually 60% lower than it's what it's actually worth right now. So if it goes out of business tomorrow and they sell off everything and they pay off the shareholders, because they will have to pay off shareholders because all their liabilities have been paid, you will actually make more money. If you bought Zim today and they go out of business tomorrow, you will actually make more money. Now that takes time and everything, so it's not like a day trade or anything. But what I'm trying to convey is that it is if you're patient, you can't lose money on this play. If you're patient, you can't lose money on this play. Now,
So one quick question, and again,
yeah,
everyone who's watching this, guys, again, please remember it's not financial advice. It's just Gabe showing off his trade. You're saying their market cap is, or their assets they have are less than their market cap.
more.
So they have, I'm just throwing numbers. They have 10 billion. Their market cap is 8 billion. You're saying theoretically.
Yeah, this is the key point. After debts are paid, right? After all liabilities are paid, their book value, what the company is worth if you got all the assets and sold them, is worth more than the current market cap. Do you understand? The current market cap is, let's say, 5 billion. This is just an example for ease of math. And then the worth of the company after all liabilities are paid, is worth more than the current market cap. And that's fucking nuts.
So Chris says, why isn't Wall Street bought this hand over fist?
Listen, why is so many whys in this world. I feel tongue tied right now. I can't answer that, Chris. I can't answer that. But this does happen sometimes. This kind of valuation happens sometimes, and it's usually during times of turmoil. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the shipping industry, right? The shipping industry is very, very cyclical. And then Zim, on top of that, is a very, very special business because unlike the other shipping companies, which I did illustrate here, right? I'm here. I'll zoom it in so you guys can see. Like they don't have. First off, they don't have even close to the same dividends that Zim does, right? Which is a big thing that adds to Zim's volatility. But also, Zim has a interesting. The reason that they're able to give so much dividend is because of their business plan. They secure ships at a lease rate when it was really, really low, like really, really low. And then so the lease rate was low and the shipping rate was really, really high, which has dropped a lot, right? Forward guidance is really, really low. Some are even saying they'll be operating at a loss in 2023, and I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that at all. So forward guidance is bad, but this is a trade, not an investment for me, because as they get closer to their next earnings report, Zim always starts to rally because of their dividend, right? They give a large dividend, which they have already basically secured. They've already promised dividends in 2022. They've also already promised or set guidance for 2022 of higher EBITDA than last year, than 2021. And 2021 had super high EBITDA, right? And long story short, it's not supposed to be this low. It is a crack in the matrix, if you will, right? And I can't answer Chris's question. I don't know why people aren't buying it. I don't have any past or current examples. I don't have any. It has happened before, but I don't remember when. It has happened many times before. Warren Buffett is famous for investing in these kinds of things long time ago. We're realizing the value that their book value was, that their business was decent, and their book value was more than their market cap. And because he's extremely patient, he didn't lose. He made lots of money. He didn't lose that. And that's what I'm trying to convey. Like, you can't lose money on this play, in my opinion. I could be proven wrong. And Chris always likes to say, because I've heard him say it, like, not heard him say it, but he said it once and then he typed it out once. He said, a Warren Buffett quote, he said, the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent, right? So, but there's the being solvent is not an issue here, because just don't buy on margin and you'll be fine. Just buy shares and wait, or sell cash secured puts at a strike lower than what it's at. That way you actually get paid to own the shares and make your cost basis even lower. Like what I did, my cost basis of Zim, this is going to sound absolutely nuts. If I get exercised in December, my cost basis on Zim will be $21.10 fucking cents. $21.10 fucking cents. That would mean that their book value would be over 75%, closer to 80 or 85, I think, than their market cap is. It's absolutely just retarded. So, I know
What's
it's
their
really
dividend?
hard. Their dividend is high. So their last dividend was about $4.75.
What's the yield on that?
Well, if you look at the yield, because of what the price is right now, the yield is going to say 99%. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. No, fun fact here. Fun fact. I'll show you. Look at this. Look at this. Their Zim has given a. I want to show this because this is cool too. Zim has given a. This is the play I did, right? This is the play I did this today, Right?
Real quick, shout out to Showcat. He said, "Hey guys, I stay on, but I have to wake up at 6 a.m. So I'm asleep now." Dropping a thumbs up. Thank you for coming by, Showcat. Appreciate you.
Showcat. I call him Shadowcat. What's up, Shadowcat? Gonna miss you. Just hey Jason, to tell you about the play I did and why selling cash secured puts is I mean, it's scary in a bear market, right? Because when it keeps going down, you're like, fuck, I guess I'm gonna get exercised. But getting paid to own stock that you want to own anyway, once you have resolve in it, is amazing. Listen to this. In order for it, it has to drop 7.88%. This is from yesterday's price, not today. For it to get to $25, it has to drop 22.25% from yesterday's price for me to break even, not make any money and not lose any money in 3 months.
Yeah.
And if it drops more than 22.25%, then I will own shares of Zim at a cost basis of $21.10. That's the power of selling puts. You just got to know what you're doing. You got to understand what it means to sell a put, and it's a beautiful thing. But I'm looking for their dividend. Is it? Oh no, that was okay. So here was since we're on it. This is basically my portfolio. Right now, I if I am exercised, I need $312,000 to secure those trades, and I have received $27,505 in total premium. That if I get 100% of that, I'll get to keep. But
And when do you get to officially keep the premium and close the position?
no, the premium is yours, right? The premium is yours. Here's what can happen.
But I'm saying you can't close it right now and just pocket the 27, right? That's not how it works.
No. It does work like that. But if you close it right now, you have to pay to close it. So like when you receive premium, you get premium. But to buy it back, when you buy back your put, right? Because when you open a put, it's called sell to open. But when you buy it back, it's called buy to close.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
So when you buy to close your put, you have to pay whatever the premium is, and if it's less than what you received, then you made some profit. But if you're scared and you want to buy it back because you don't want the trade anymore, then you're going to pay more than you received, and that's how you lose money on selling puts. Yeah.
Chris said, do they own the ship or do they lease them?
They lease. They own some, but not many. I think like 7 or 8 is all they own. They have a fleet, a small fleet, but they lease most of them.
Can you tell us about your worst stock market trade in your life? The one you fucked up, you got wrong?
That's in my J trading days.
Yeah. Can you tell us?
It was a penny stock.
It's always a penny stock.
It was a penny stock. It was a penny stock. I would say ADMA. I lost. Okay, that's not the worst, but that's the one that I'm remembering right now. I lost a shit ton of money on ADMA Biologics.
Biotech.
Yeah, it's biotech.
It's always a biotech, bro. It's always a penny biotech.
That's because I didn't know what I was doing, and I said, "Oh, this is going to the moon," and I was up, and I thought it'd just keep going up. And
how much were you up?
I was up like $60,000, and then I ended up losing like 40. Like that was a huge swing.
Damn.
Yeah.
You didn't sell when you were up 60K, right? As a novice trader.
Exactly. I was an idiot. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I made a lot of money on Netlist this year, NLST.
You want to tell everyone how much you made? I know how much you made. You want to tell everybody?
No, I don't.
You made a shit ton of money, bro.
Yeah.
By the way, put it in your chat. Put in the chat, guys. What is your worst trade? Someone said, "Where did you find those fried shrimp from?" I got these from ShopRite in ShopRite. I don't know if that's a Northeast brand, but
Amid, have you seen my dog?
Have you seen my dog? Your dog? You can show them again, but yeah.
Look at this dog. She is literally, I swear to God, one of the cutest dogs I've ever seen. Okay, now she's being difficult. Get up.
What's their name again?
Zelda?
Yeah, Zelda. So big.
Look at that face.
Like a big poodle.
She's a Australian Shepherd poodle mix. She
How
is
much?
like
How long have you had her?
how long has it been? Like 7 months, 6 months, like that. Something like that.
Oh, it's not too long. That's cool.
Yeah, she's adorable. She's adorable. But anyway, back to stocks. All right. So
Someone said Teladoc. Can you just say what percentage you made on Netlist? You want to just tell them how much you made, bro?
no, I said no, goddammit.
Okay, so
no.
what do you want to say? What percentage?
Nope, I don't. I made a lot. That's all you need to know. No, I'm not sharing certain things. Nope.
Worst investment is Palantir. Seriously, still believe, but it's true. I mean, technically, he's not wrong.
If Chris is still here, I'd really either like to have him on so he can defend himself or fucking type why it's shady or something. Like,
yo, Chris, I've been waiting to talk to Chris about DNA because he's out here calling them Theranos. I'm like, do you think Cathie Wood is buying 2 million shares of? She could be wrong on it, but to accuse them of misleading investors like Theranos did, to the point where they're faking blood, this is a very big accusation. It's not a question of the stock is good or bad anymore. It's like you're saying they're lying at the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars, not hundreds of billions, but billions of dollars of their market cap. That's insane. And I'm like, you can't just flat out throw that, bro, just because you don't like the company. Like that's like unethical at some level.
yeah, Chris likes to throw
Chris,
shade.
I agree. Cathie got Berkeley Light wrong. That doesn't mean you're calling them a fraud, my guy.
My guy.
When you call something a fraud, that's a huge accusation. It's too much. Look, this is the connections he makes. Berkeley Lights was bad. Berkeley Lights is a partner for DNA. Do you know how many partners they have? Hundreds of that's his logic. It's like, oh, partner, boom, scam. Alex Carp, crazy hair, split up the government, split up commercial. I'm out of Palantir. Boom. Like, come on, bro.
This market. Oh man. We're in tough times. We're in tough times. Listen, if there's a lesson to be learned, right? Next time we have an event in about 10 years where we'll get quantitative easing and the market will fucking rally hardcore. Remember that after that will come hard times because it always does. So just remember.
I want to ask you a question based upon looking at this chart. So this is the S&P. This is the S&P from what is it? 2011. We're at $100 all the way up. I've heard people argue little crash there for COVID, really nothing, right? Some stuff in between, but really nothing. And then high of 480. I've heard some people argue the only reason for the past decade we've had 100 to 374 is because of artificial liquidity and low interest rates, which means this entire bull run, not just for the past 2 years, but for the past 10 years, has been fake, essentially. I mean, this is kind of the Michael Burry argument. Do you think there's a 10-year a decade-long time in which everything's flat because that's the natural order of things?
So if you use history as a guide, what happens is we have a bull run. It's a great economy, and then things are too overpriced, and they have to go back to the mean. And every time that they have to go back to the mean, there is a reason, right? There is a reason, an excuse. Like the excuse to set everything off, I firmly believe this, but we don't have to talk about it, was COVID this time. Like they needed an excuse to do this. The 2008 excuse was the housing bubble, right? But I mean, the housing bubble actually happened, but in my opinion, all that was done on purpose, not necessarily by the banks, but they were like given the okay to do it and then punished for it later, if that makes any sense.
So you think what's your answer to my question? Do you think there's going to be a decade long worth of flatness?
So using not flatness, no, not flatness. Didn't I talk about this where I showed you the lines and we'll revert back to the mean? Didn't I show that or no?
Maybe.
And let me show my chart because I actually charted it.
You're going to show on the index?
Yeah, on SPY.
Okay. Chris says, I just don't understand why y'all want to risk on no-name loss-generating companies that might have solvency issues when they're amazing companies on scale. The answer to this question, Chris, is valuation. Companies are on sale, but the companies that like Microsoft to 2x has to turn into a $2.83 trillion company. For DNA to 2x, they have to go from 5 billion to 10 billion. And if you then look at the fundamentals and like potential of the company, it's like that's a hell of a bargain if you're right. You could be wrong, but if you're right,
you got to let me, because you're the one that, there you go.
You're there.
Okay. So
you got to zoom in a little bit more though. Is there any way you can zoom in?
No, I got to zoom out to show you the big picture.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
You see, I drew lines here. This is all the way down to 2016. But as you can see, basically the S&P 500 ever since at least 2009 has been in the same trading channel, right? So now if I go to the monthly, you like to go to the monthly. So if I go to the monthly, you get a better idea of the trading channel we were in, right? But look at this trading channel we were in. Let's see. Let's go back to, I don't want to go back too many crashes. 2000. Let's go to the 2000.com bubble crash, okay? So the 2000, in the 2000 before the 2000.com bubble crash, we were in this trading channel, and I haven't marked it, but you can kind of see it, right? We're going this way, and then that got broken. Then we had to revert back to the mean, and then once we found a bottom, then we created a new channel, and that would be this one. And then we had another crash about 2008. Look at that. It's like you could see them. You could see all these channels. Channel, reversion, channel,
hold on.
reversion.
That top you were just at. What is that? What year is that? That's 2008?
Yeah. 2007. 2007.
Okay, then you're down to 2000 what? Go down?
Yeah, and then and this is until 2009. Correct.
Where did the S&P fall in 2009? What was the bottom on the S&P 2009? Can you check?
Yeah, sure. It's 53.
$53 was
on the SPY. On the
SPY.
Yeah.
Was okay. $53.
The SPX is the S&P 500. The SPY is like 1/10 of the SPX.
Yeah. Okay. So 53.
Yeah, but yeah.
And then where did we? And then then we got to what was the next channel down before COVID? That was like 2018, right? Like a real channel down.
So not really. Not.
We haven't had one, right? That's my point. We haven't had one.
No. Yeah. So it's exactly that's what I'm trying to convey. So look, in 2009, we have been in the same channel since 2009. That's what I'm trying to say. We've been in the same channel since nope, that would be incorrect.
That's my point. If we've been in the basically same channel since 2009, aren't we due for like a massive Jeremy Grantham super bubble recession? Like, aren't we due for it?
Yes, I would say we're due for a depression.
We're due for a depression, is what you're saying.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I gotta connect at least 3 lines. That's a boom. Okay. There we go. So actually we felt we traded into the channel we're in. So we didn't really. That's about right. There we go. Yeah, but so that's how it looks from the.
And the COVID crash wasn't even really a crash, right? Because it just recovered immediately.
Oh, there was a fucking crash, but it was a unknown.
How much did we go down? You zoom in. We were at like 350. We went down to 250, right?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll tell you exactly how much we went down.
Chris says there's too much liquidity for a depression. Low key, that's a good point. I read an article that VCs
35%.
35% in like a month, basically.
Yeah.
And we're only down 19% on the year. I think 20% today on the year. Yeah, but do you think we get a depression, bro? Because I think Chris has a good point. There's a lot of money out there.
So ask Chris before I answer it. Chris, what's your definition of a depression?
My definition of a depression would be the S&P falling in half. So we're at 470. or sorry, 370. We should go down to 150 for like a depression, right?
So what's the technical definition of a recession, Amit? You know
Two
this.
negative quarters GDP.
Okay, so a depression in a row, right?
Yeah, in a row.
All right, so a depression would be 4 in a row.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the third quarter GDP results we didn't get yet,
Right.
so we have to wait. Okay, and then fourth would be 2023. We get the results. So okay, so now if we get to a depression, do you think it's as bad as S&P at 150, or do you think it's like it's bad, but it's not like 2008 bad?
To Chris's point, no, it's gonna be worse than 2008. It's already
Why do you say that? I don't get that. Why do you?
So worse in relation to more money being lost, but that's because there's more money in. So you have more, you lose more. That's just how it is. So, but it's like percentage wise. Here, I'll just answer it this way. I think the absolute bottom that we can go is there's a reason I drew this line, because this is a very strong support. If we break this line of support at
Where's that? 315?
no, it's like 300. It's like 300. It's close to 300. If we break this line of support, then I believe we can go down below 300, to like 275, right?
Yeah.
And if we break 275, which is like very unlikely, I think absolute like World War III rationale kind of the only thing that can do it would be right around 250.
So let me ask you a question. Let's say tomorrow the market starts rallying, right? And
Yeah.
let's say we're in June 2023. I know this is hypothetical. Let's say S&P's at 540, 550, June 2023.
You mean SPY, right?
SPY. Sorry, SPY.
Okay.
That would be the most irrational rally that we have seen since COVID rallies, right? Like that would be, it would make like Jerome, everyone would be like, this does not make sense.
Great question. So I'm going to answer it like this. So at least during the COVID rally, we had the Fed injecting money. It was injecting money. Now we have the antithesis of that. Now we have the Fed taking out money to the tune of, well, soon it will be, hasn't even happened yet, $95 billion, right? A month. And they've already stopped backing mortgage-backed securities. They've already stopped buying mortgage-backed securities. Like, I don't know if you guys understand, right? And I wanted a soft landing, but now I think it's impossible. The Fed's job is to lower inflation, and the only way to do that is to cause chaos, is to make us hurt. Is there's no other way. You understand? There is no other way than to stop growth, and it's a domino effect. You make it harder for companies to borrow money, then therefore companies are making less money. So therefore companies are not hiring as much. Therefore people are losing their jobs. Therefore people who had this job and don't have a job, now they're going to settle for this job. So they're overqualified for this job, so they'll probably get this job. But then all these people who had this job won't have a job. I mean, it's like a domino effect, and many people are not going to. Yeah, the Fed isn't selling though yet. I know they're supposed to. And Matt, do you know why they're not selling and nobody's talking about this? It's because it's midterm election year. I've said it before. Midterm election year is going to be a sell the news event. Once that's behind the Fed and they don't have and Jerome Powell doesn't have the government like saying fucking don't crash the market yet, motherfucker, right? Until they don't got the government down their throats, they're not going to like really do what they want to do. But once they have no more pressure from the politicians because of midterms, it's on like Donkey Kong.
Okay,
They're gonna go Volcker. They're gonna go Volcker.
Hold on. Let's say Cathie's right. Let's say inflation is coming down and deflation might be the risk. That's what Ross Gerber thinks. That's what Elon Musk thinks. Like, if that's the case, this whole depression thing is nonsense. Like, we're going to the moon once inflation goes down.
We can't you can't go to the moon.
Like, if inflation actually is coming down naturally, then the Fed doesn't need to raise the interest rates. We don't need to crash the economy if it happens. If we get under 5% this year, which I mean, Cathie thinks it could happen. Like, if that happens, doesn't that deny the thesis that we're in for a real 2008 level crash? Because if inflation's at 2%, we're good. Like, we're Gucci.
Well, inflation's not going to be at 2% by the end of the year. But if inflation comes down to like, I'll even say 7% by the end of the year, and the Fed can say, okay, we can take our foot off the gas pedal, well, then that'll be not horrible, because it'll not make such sweeping movement to the downside. You understand? It'll be easier. Maybe we will get a softer landing where instead of doing this, right? Instead of doing this, excuse me, we're gonna do this. You know?
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because like Cathie's telling me to not worry, and I was listening to Ross Gerber saying yesterday that Jerome's crazy for putting it up 75 bips, and then I'm listening to someone like you that's like, no, he had to do that. Like, he has to fight inflation, and I'm just like, who do I listen to? Like, who's actually giving the analysis that makes
it's
sense?
all conjecture, right? It's all conjecture. We all use our educated guesses as to what we think is right or what have you. But I'm not Nostradamus. By the way, I bought this book, babe. Find that book, please. The Nostradamus book. I bought it because I thought it was interesting, because motherfucker said that around this time the UK will lose someone. Not in those words exactly, but that's what he referenced. And then we lost the Queen. So that's the first time I'm like, holy macaroni.
Wait, the Nostradamus said we're gonna lose someone?
Yeah. So I bought this book because of what happened. Like, I know you guys probably think I'm fucking crazy, but it was interesting. It's like, holy shit, what else has he fucking said? And it's out there. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this without being explicitly explicit. So I'm gonna let you figure out how to be explicitly explicit but still be able to make analysis that actually makes sense to be able to make this argument. You feel that what happened in 2020, and you know what I'm talking about, everyone knows what I'm talking about, happened in 2020.
The .com bubble?
2020, not 2000.
Oh, shit. Sorry, COVID. Gotcha. My bad. Yeah,
I said to not be explicit, but whatever. Just so the YouTube doesn't kind of think of taking this video off the platform, right? Okay. So we got to conjecture a little bit.
The beer virus. Got it.
The thing that happened. Yeah, that thingy thing. What's their code name for it? The
beer.
The beer?
The beer.
Why do we call
Corona.
it beer?
Corona.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, all right. The beer. So, Glitch Life says, I am Nostradamus. I know what's going to happen in the economy. We're going to be just fine. Inflation will fall off a cliff. We'll have a recession, and then boom. Glitch Life, did you see Cathie bought 2 million more shares? It's like crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, you don't believe the beer was... You don't think the beer fell off the bar stool. You think someone actually started pouring the beer tap.
I love this. I'm so glad you asked me this question. Listen, do not fucking interrupt me. Okay. I've been waiting. I've been waiting to explain. And I think now,
be subtle. Don't be as explicit. With
no.
You know what I mean? Because there's politics involved. Like, you gotta
listen.
I don't want you to get tated.
Do you have Facebook, Amit?
I do. Yes.
Yeah. I can't believe we're not Facebook friends, but you can. I'll prove this to you when we become Facebook friends. I was still in the Army in August of 2019. August of 2019, the 10-year and the 2-year inverted. And then I said to all my Army friends, because it stayed inverted for a couple of days, I said, all right, this officially marks the upcoming recession. I don't know when exactly. I don't know why, but within 6 months and up to 22 months, we're going to have a recession. But before a recession, we're going to have a crash. So I told them all, I told them all, and a lot listened and thanked me. I said, put all of your TSP, thrift savings plan. It's like a 401k before the military. I said, put all your TSP in the G fund, which is basically government bonds. So that way you don't lose value once we do get the crash. Okay, so then fast forward to March of 2020, the beer epidemic happened. Okay, Amit, do you think it's a coincidence that the 10-year and 2-year inverted, and then in the allotted amount of time the beer epidemic happened, and that's a coincidence?
It's very
No.
convenient. I'm not gonna
Listen,
lie.
smart money controls the bond market. The bond market is a lot bigger than the stock market, and smart money controls the bond market. And for that to happen there was like no reason. There was no reason in August of 2019 for the 10-year and the 2-year to start inverting, right? And yet it did. So, and then I have more, like as far as 2008 and 2000, like all these things in my mind, and which is why I think sometimes people think I need to wear a what's it called, a tinfoil hat, so to speak. The best, and these aren't my words, the best analogy or example of the 10-year and 2-year inverting, and then the beer epidemic happening so close to each other, is on par with two bullets colliding in midair during a sniper fight. Do you understand how like unlikely that is?
Yes, and when the 2 and 10-year inverted, it wasn't just you. I'm assuming a lot of mainstream media, when that happens, they were they predicting something bad would happen.
No. They would no. And mainstream media will never say, "Oh, something bad is going to happen." What they did say is that no, actually, mainstream media is really good, like about spinning it. Like they say, the bond inversion sometimes predicts that something can happen, but they never allude to the 10-year and the 2-year. And but because when they do, which they don't, the only people that do are are like people who don't work for mainstream media, who doesn't care about scaring people. They say the 10-year and the 2-year are batting 1,000, right? Whenever they invert, there's 100% since inception of the 10-year and 2-year tracking. A recession has come anywhere between 6 months and 22 months. 100% of the time, batting 1,000. So that is said, but never during mainstream media. Mainstream media will always try to compare like the 8-month and the 10-year, or the 5-year and the 3-month, or some BS like that. You know what I mean? They're always trying to say, I mean, listen, we're being lied to without being lied to. It's being dishonest by omission, and they know it, but they can't say it. So yes, I think the beer party was
So what powers do you think played a role in the beer beginning to unload? Were
What do you mean,
they,
what power?
I guess, were there nation states, countries? I mean, who would want that to happen?
Listen, now you're asking questions. It's like talking about the Illuminati, right? It's like that's all I can really
Is it?
call them.
Or
That's all I can really call them. I don't know exactly. I'm not dumb, and I can read between the lines, and I can read the writing on the wall, and I have also had conversations with very, very wealthy and very, very powerful people, which I was very privileged to even be in that circle, right? Who have said things, and I'm talking about. I'm not going to say that, but listen, I don't know who. I can't give you the name of the entity, but let's just say these individuals are bigger than world governments. They basically control world governments. So that tells you that it's not world governments. Yeah, that's the world we live in. And I know it's so hard to fathom. It's so hard to believe. People are thinking I'm off my rocker. Listen, I get it. But
well, Jeff Bezos is more powerful than politicians. I mean, than the biggest politicians, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, cash rules everything around me, right?
How do you feel about China and this happening? I mean, how do you think they interpreted what happened? Do you think they played along a certain narrative of the beer in order for them to conveniently navigate the beer? Because they were getting blamed for everything in terms of this beer. And if I'm China and I didn't really cause the beer, you know?
Right. That's a great
but
question.
Maybe I want people to think I caused the beer because it makes me seem more powerful. Like I just there's a lot of ways to kind of think of this.
Yeah. Listen, I think the Democrats, golden child Fauci had something to do with the beer. I don't think that China is completely innocent, but I don't know the answers to these. I have, I just know like a big picture thinking. Like I know there's something there's some
Chris, I'm gonna
crazy
pull up
stuff
your
going
thing in a
on.
second. 1 second. Chris wants me to pull up this link. I'm gonna pull it up. Anyway, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. And like, I mean, it's definitely an interesting world of the beer. You know, they Glitch Life says they brewed bad beer. We all got food poisoning. They did not have a good alcohol, food, and safety commission. I think that's fair. That makes sense. Okay, I'm pulling this up from Chris. Are you familiar with this, Gabe? Manheim used
vehicle value index. No.
Okay, so Chris is saying this is the best predictor of inflation slowing. Oh, this is what Cathie references. Used car prices going down. Okay.
Shit, look at that. 2021. Motherfucker.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, it was I was so lucky I got my car in 2019. Like I bought a brand new car right before COVID.
You know, at one point, so I have a Tesla Model Y Performance, and I have I paid, like, for brand new, I paid $77,000 for it. I bought it December of 2020, and it has over 40,000 miles. And I shit you not, at one point, it was worth more with $40,000 with 40,000 miles than what I paid for it.
Wow,
crazy, right? I didn't sell it because it's so hard to get a damn Tesla. I didn't feel like waiting another year.
Why don't you have Tesla stock if you like Tesla?
I made a lot of my wealth with Tesla. I love Tesla, but I'm not a. I do have Tesla stock. What are you talking about?
So when did you sell the majority of your Tesla if you made a lot of wealth with it?
2020.
And
remember, I have a trading account. I have an investment account and a trading account. I told you that.
When did you buy Tesla?
Oh man, I bought Tesla in my investment account. I bought Tesla back pre-split when it was like $200 something. But I was still in the army, so I didn't buy lots of shares. I bought just some.
What was your average when you sold?
I haven't sold in my investment account.
But you said you made a lot of wealth, so I'm saying how much money
in my trading account?
That's on options. On options.
Yes. Get with the program. Remember, mark-to-market accounting. Every year you have to sell because I don't get long-term capital gains tax. Remember?
How much did you make off Tesla?
I made a good amount, man. Why?
I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
No, fuck you. How much do you make, Amit? How much do you make?
Nothing. I lost money on Tesla.
No, fuck you. You're not gonna. I'm not gonna. No, come on. You don't do that.
I gotta sign up for your Patreon to get to know the actual amount. Gabe says, surprised you didn't buy a camera or charger like every other dumb F in the army.
Okay, I don't know. I've always loved technology, and I've been an Elon Musk fanboy for a very, very long time. And I don't know. I guess I'm a guy who likes technology. I do have a truck like every other dumb motherfucker in the army.
Why does Chris say they're dumb?
Because he was in the Air Force, I think.
No, but why does that mean they're dumb for buying a truck?
I just think it's a figure of speech. He just he's jealous because we're more manly than Air Force people, so they just try to figure out a way to talk about us.
DRK says I was being nosy. I'm sorry. That was rude. I was being nosy. Everyone in the army after basic buys a camera, Challenger, or Mustang.
I think he meant Camaro.
Camaro.
I think he meant Camaro. I do see a lot of Chargers, and Chargers are not cheap. They're like $55,000. Oh no, that's a Challenger. They buy a lot of Challengers. Army people buy like, so the military is very interesting because I remember 2008 very, very, very well, and I won't go into detail why I remember it so well. I know, fuck it, I will. Fuck it. I will go. I'll give you guys an interesting story. So, I bought my house, my first house in Miami for my parents, but it was under my name because I'm an only child. I bought it in 2000 and what year was it? It was like 2004 because before I left to Fort Hood and then deployed in 2005. So it was before then. But I was stationed in Miami, United States Southern Command, around that time. So I bought a home for my parents, right? And then fast forward to 2008, the housing collapse, right? My dumbass did not have a fixed rate loan because they're like, get this loan, you'll get cheaper interest, and it's just better, blah blah blah, right? They sold me, and I didn't know any better, and I didn't get a fixed rate. I got an adjustable rate mortgage loan, right? And so, long story short, in the 2008 housing collapse, my mortgage went from $1,040 to the very next month I owed over $4,000 in mortgage because of the adjustable rate fiasco, right?
Yeah.
So I had to I went to JAG because I had my MOS, my job in the Army, required that I have a top secret clearance. I went to JAG and I said, like, what do I do? This is what's happening. And JAG literally told me, you need to, it's your best interest to file for bankruptcy, right? Because at the time, there was something called Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which you just file for bankruptcy and everything goes away. You're bankrupt, but you don't have to pay anything back. Now it's harder to do that. Now you got to do Chapter 11. But anyway, so I lost my home, and then I temporarily lost my top secret clearance, but then I got it back like 6 months later, and everything was well. But the housing collapse of 2008 affected lots and lots of people, and I was one of them. And how do we get on this subject? Because we're talking about cars. Oh yeah, so military people, most part, do not feel recessions, right, at all, because since we work for the government, we get paid no matter what, and we don't really, there's no real risk of losing your job, right? So you're real safe. So while the world is freaking out and people are losing their jobs, and the people in the military is just whatever, the same as always. And people in the military, for the most part, are not that great with money, and they live above their means. That's why, to Chris's point, you'll see E4s, which is a specialist, just an enlisted person making maybe $40,000 a year, $35,000 a year, driving Chargers or Challengers or whatever, because they don't have to worry about rent. They don't have to worry about food. If like being a single soldier in the Army is fucking easy, man. You get fed three times a day for free. You go to the dining facility, you eat great food every day. You don't got to worry about anything. You don't have to pay for rent because you live in the barracks. Just go party on the weekends and get drunk. I wasn't ever a big drinker, but they did do that often. That's a big thing. So the moral of the story was that people in the military, for the most part, I think, in my opinion, live below their means.
Did
Or
you
excuse
file
me,
for
above their
bankruptcy?
means. Yeah, I did. I had to because I couldn't pay my mortgage. I couldn't pay that
So what happened to the
$4,000.
house?
I lost it. Got foreclosed on.
Oh, okay. And then where did you go from there when that happened?
Well, I had no more debt, so that's good. But I lost my house,
So
and
most of the debt was from the house, or it was everything? You had other stuff.
it was. I had a little debt. I had like some credit card debt, but it was the I couldn't. I filed for bankruptcy because they said, to get a foreclosure is going to screw up your credit.
2 years after being bankrupt, you were getting approved.
Yeah, I was getting approved for credit cards like 2 years later. Yeah.
Hmm. And when did you get out of the military and start being a private citizen and work on like other stuff?
My official retirement date was August of 2021, but I basically stopped working in May 2021.
So you got the current job you're at in 2021.
April. I got it in April, so I was still active duty, but I was retiring, and so I didn't really have a job. So I was basically getting paid for being in the Army, but also getting paid for my job.
But you were trading the whole time you were in the Army
No, not the
with your
whole
LLC.
time. I was in the
Well,
Army 23 years,
well,
man.
yeah. I mean, within 2019 to 20 that time.
Yeah. But yeah.
So like the wealth you have right now, the 7-figure wealth you have right now, when did the majority of it accumulate? Is my question. In like the past couple years.
2020 was the big jump.
Okay.
2020 was the big jump. I started my LLC with around $35,000 and built it up to what it is today from that. Yeah.
But and you're a financial advisor right now with your professional
What?
job.
No, I'm not. I am not a financial advisor in
Sorry,
my
financial
professional job.
analyst. Financial
Yeah.
analyst. How did you get that? Like, did you have a connection? Like, because out of the military, why did the place your employer just be like, all right, yeah, you could do this job?
All right. So, I think I told you this story. I mean, yeah, I know. As a matter of fact, I know I did. Are you just rehashing it? Like,
No, I actually don't.
literally,
I
you
actually don't know
interviewed
how you
me.
got a job at a pretty nice bank as a military. I didn't know you retired in 2021. I thought you retired in like 2015 or something.
No, what was your question? Is your question
My
how I got
question
the
is, most
job?
people that get your job, they get a degree in finance and they go through the whole process.
Mhm.
How did you just get it?
I have a degree in business analytics.
Yeah, but it's from years ago, right? Like, how did they? I mean,
What a degree is a degree. What are you talking about? What does it matter?
interesting. So I mean, like, I'm saying if you
To,
retire
to,
the
but to
military,
answer your question, I killed it in the interview, right? I leveraged all of my savviness in the markets and told them about my on my resume. It said in 2020, because in 2020 I made over 347% on my capital, and what was it? I I I I controlled over $3 million worth of equities, and how did I word it? Anyway, so I worded it a certain way, and then when I got the interview, I just my passion for the markets and just showed through, and I'm good at math and I'm good at Excel, and I'm just I do it. I just love numbers, right? So I guess, and I think being in the Army. Okay, so here's another thing. So although I didn't have any like experience like in the financial corporate world, right? Because I was in the Army for so long. Good thing about military people is, yeah, there's that. I actually got hired through something. It was like it's a special program, but you still have to be selected for it. But you in the military, you this is like not cap, as you young people would say.
Did you just use the word cap?
I did. You do get like soft skills, right? So you get I'm a I don't want to say that because it sounds cringe to say it, but you get leadership skills. No, the soldier's creed. How about the NCO creed? No one is more professional than I. I'm a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers. As a non-commissioned officer, I realize I'm a member of a time-honored corps, which is known as the backbone of the Army. I'm proud of the Corps of non-commissioned officers and will at all times conduct myself so as to bring credit upon the Corps, the military service, and my country, regardless of the situation in which I might find myself. I will not use my grade or position to attain pleasure, profit, or personal safety. And it just goes on and on and on. Anyway.
Now your motto is, hello, investing friends of Earth.
Investors of Earth.
Much shorter. Much shorter.
Greetings, investors of Earth. You gotta admit, it's catchy, man. I like it.
Catchy.
I like
Catchy.
it. But yeah, we get lots of soft skills like punctuality is. Chris can attest to this. Like if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late, and if you're late, you're fucked. Right? We live by that.
Wait, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
Correct.
That doesn't make sense. If I show up on time, I'm not late.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I'll tell you why.
If you said I'm gonna be here at 9 p.m.
Right.
I show up at 9 p.m.
I'll tell you how. So in the military, you don't just show up. You have to be in formation at attention at a certain times. For instance, for physical training in the morning, you have to be there at 6:30 in formation, standing at attention, waiting for the flag to go up. Right. So if your NCO tells you to be there at 6:30, if you're not early, you're not going to be able to get in formation, get in your position, and be there. If you are running up to formation at 6:30, you are late. You understand?
What if you get there at 6:30?
You are late, and you will be treated as late. Like you will probably get, like the first time you'll get like talked to, right, and then the second time, you might get a counseling statement, right? If it happens again, you'll get a counseling statement and like extra duty or details or some bullshit. And then if it happens again, you'll get what's called a non-judicial punishment, which is in Article 15, and that just means that you can actually get pay taken away. You have to work after work it just sucks, right? It's no joke.
So how early did you wake up then so you could be quote unquote on time?
It always depended where I lived. If I lived in the barracks and PT formation was like literally across the street or something, then I would wake up like 15 minutes before, right? I'd sleep in my PTs, right? I'd shower and everything the night before. I'd sleep in my PTs, in my socks, in my PT uniform, where all I got to do is throw on my shoes and run across the street. But then as I got rank and I had to live like off base, and you have to take lots of things in consideration because the Army doesn't give a fuck what the reason is, right? It doesn't give a fuck that there was a long line at the gate and they took forever to get you in, or if there was
What if you had a bad dream and you're just like, because sometimes that happens to me, bro. I wake up, I have a really bad dream. I'm trying to recover from it.
And you're such a bitch sometimes.
Bro, I had a dream about this girl the other night, bro. I was flabbergasted when I woke up. I was like, why is she back in my dreams? It took me a minute to deal with this before I had to get ready for the day.
And you're probably one of those people who tell your boss, I'm having a life moment. I need the day off.
Bro, I don't have a boss anymore, right? Because I have my own startup, but like kind of 9:20 is my boss. The morning stream is like my boss. Like I want to be here by 9:20. But like, yeah, bro, if I imagine if I got in late one day, I might have used the dream excuse because like that's the thing.
That's funny.
So you would always be up like what 30 so 15 minutes early, but that means you wouldn't have to wake up and brush and all that stuff. You would just be ready to go.
Right. Yeah. I'd wake up, throw my shoes on and go right when I lived across the street. But when I lived off base, and then no joke, like you'd have to wake up like at 4:30 to be out the house by 5, to be on the road, to be there, to be at the gate by 5:30, to be where you're supposed to be on the base by 5:45, 6. But you had to do that, because if you didn't do that, then you'd get caught in line to get on the base, because after 9/11, like, shit got real, and like they have to card everyone to get on the base, so it takes time. It's like congested. So yeah.
When did you sleep every night?
Say again?
When did you sleep if you had to be up that early every night? Like, there
You
couldn't be a late night for you, right? Because you'd be dead in the morning. Like,
you know what, man? And I'm not saying that this is healthy, but I only need 4 or 5 hours of sleep. That's what I have been, like, working on for the longest. Like, my body even won't let me sleep long, even if I can. I just can't anymore.
so you would sleep by 12 every night, basically, or 1.
Yeah, all kinds of things.
And you would say, was there ever a night where you woke up and you were like, bro, I do not want to go there, like, because you're so tired?
Oh my God, bro, all the time. But when you're in the military, that's one thing. It's like, that's not an option, you know?
So what is your advice to someone who, because I'm actually struggling with this sometimes as well, because sometimes I want to wake up a little earlier. Is there any actionable piece of advice, even if I'm not in the military, that you can give that when the alarm bell rings off, you just get up and you, like, no emotion, you're just up and you're ready to go?
Yes. So when the alarm bell, when the alarm would ring, right? I would keep my eyes closed, and then this is what I would do. I would literally keep my eyes closed, and I say, okay, on 3, I'm gonna just jump up and get it done. 1, 2, 3, bam, and I just go.
You would literally do that.
Just go. Just get up. Just like, bam, like, make yourself get up, stand up, open your eyes, and just go. And I would just do that. I mean, I don't have to do that anymore, but that's what I remember. I remember doing that. I would have to do that. Yeah, to will myself to get up. Yeah.
I feel like I do that in other parts of life, like when it comes to making videos or stuff, like I do that. But like when waking up in the morning, I want to be up even earlier than I'm up, and I just want it to be like it's time. Like, even if you had 2 hours of sleep left, it's like, nope, doesn't matter. And when I had a job before I started the startup, on Saturdays I had to be at my job at 9, which means I had to leave the house by like 7:45 because it was a pretty long drive. And the fear of being late to that job, which means money gets, like, that pushed me up. But now I don't have that job, right? So internally, like, just getting up, I think is important to be able to figure out. Do you believe in cold showers?
I mean, I've heard lots of things about them, and I'm not saying it's a lie, but I can't do it.
I don't think it's a lie. I heard it's a really, like, big tactic.
Yeah. I'm not like, there's a lot of people who I respect that do it. I can't do it. I hate cold weather. I hate cold everything. I was born and raised in Miami, man. I'll never forget my first time I saw snow. I was stationed in Germany. Everybody was laughing at me because we call it snivel gear. I would wear every piece of snivel gear that we were allowed to wear. I would wear. I've never gone through that. That's crazy, Glitch. I would wear. I would wear. I would wear 2 shirts underneath. I would wear a fleece. I would wear a jacket. I would wear everything we're allowed to wear, and then I wear an overcoat, and I'd be like the puff marshmallow man, right? I hate cold weather. I hate cold weather very, very much. I'm in Iowa right now, and I'm told that these winters suck.
Bad.
Yeah, so I'm not looking forward to that.
Did it feel cold today? Because in New Jersey today it was actually a little chilly.
I haven't been outside, man. I haven't been outside.
You don't take a walk during the day or anything? Like,
not this week. Not this entire week. I haven't walked the dogs. I haven't been outside. I haven't been to the gym. I'm slacking, man. I'm slacking. I'm slacking. I'm behind this computer so damn much. Go ahead. Sorry.
Chris, can I share this picture, Chris? Chris just sent me a picture of him in the military, and it's a phenomenal picture. Chris, do I have permission to share this? Oh my God. Is this a pizza, bro? He sent me a picture of him with a box of, I think, Domino's or some pizza. I'm definitely sending this to Gabe. I gotta send this to Gabe.
I'll show you. I'll share some pictures of me in uniform. Hold on.
I like my room to be 80 to 85 degrees. Wow, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna show you guys.
Hold on, let me share Chris's. He said I could share it.
No, go ahead.
And then I got you. This is a hell of a picture, bro. This is a great picture. All right, here we go. Is everyone ready to see the bear of Palantir in his early days? Boom.
Oh, he was in the Army. I thought he was in the Air Force.
What is this? Is this pizza? What is this? Is like cookies? What is that? There's
Chris,
a Red Bull.
why did I think you were in the Air Force?
Chris, what food is that? I'm so confused. What is that?
He got caught ordering pizza overnight at the barracks during AIT. AIT is Advanced Individual Training, so I guess they punished him.
How did they punish him?
I don't know.
Chris, how'd they punish? I'll tell you the story behind that picture. Okay, tell us. A bit when you buying some more Palantir. I've been buying for the past couple weeks. Not a lot, but like a couple $100 worth, like every week. Wow. Interesting. Okay, Gabe, you show us yours.
Okay. All right. So this first picture, because it's the first one I saw.
Oh, they took his pizza. They filled it with. Oh, okay, got it.
Okay. I feel like a tool for taking a picture of myself, but this is me at basically my most. I was like 37 here. I'm 42 now, and I was pretty buff. It was I think that's me at my peak, and then I hurt my shoulder and I went downhill, but I'll show you guys.
I think oh, you sent me this picture. Yes.
Yeah.
This is a pretty elite picture.
Yeah. So
yeah,
there's that one.
You don't look as buff as you did back then.
I know. And then
Chris said I was on fire guard. I had to walk all over the base to the other fire guards and offer
fire guard. So let me tell you about fire guard. So in the Army, we have fire guard, right? And I swear it is just to prepare us for the duty that we'll have to do once we're in like the regular life. Like we literally have to wake up, look at nothing for 1 hour, and then wake someone else up to look at nothing for 1 hour, and we call it fire guard.
Wait, you look at nothing? What do you mean?
You look at nothing. You just sit there, and you can't sleep, right? Obviously, you look at nothing, and you just sit there
for how many hours?
1 hour
in the morning
during AIT. No, it's all night. It's all night. So when people go to bed, one person has to always be on fire guard. Sometimes two people, right? So
did you ever have to do that?
Yeah, of course I had to do that.
Wait, so it's not a punishment. It's just everyone has to do it.
Right. It's not a punishment. No, it's not a punishment. But it's like it becomes your new norm. It's like ridiculous.
But it trains you for real life to like stay up and
it trains you to get ready to pull what every single service member hates, which is called either staff duty or CQ. And that's where for no reason, you and someone else have to sit at the headquarters 24 hours in a row and take calls just in case they happen. And they never do.
Chris said, wait, are you allowed to order pizza during your fire guard?
No, you're not allowed. Not in AIT.
So Chris got away with that one. No.
You're not in AIT, which is right after basic training. You're not allowed to order pizza or do anything really. You're not even allowed to go out on weekends. People would go to church on Sunday just so they can do something different. Like all of a sudden, people are like newborn Christians just so they can get out of the. Look at it was funny. So many fake Christians there. It was hilarious. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. How did this turn into a military talk? Man, it's telling you, if your startup does not work, Amit, you need to just figure out how to interview people.
You need to go to the military. I was gonna be like, oh man, that's gonna be tough. You know, I never once considered the military as a life path, ever. Like, never in my wildest dreams was like, I'll join the military one day. So it's interesting to hear people who went through that process, went through that life. There's so much respect for someone who went through the discipline that's required for that, you know?
I knew I wanted to go in the Army like when I was in middle school. Because you know, I didn't grow up with money, so college wasn't an option for me. And I didn't want to stay in Miami and just have a dead end job.
What do you think you would have done if you didn't have a military? Do you think you would have opened a restaurant or some shit, or like?
Fuck no. I would have been a cop. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
And
you probably would have been a cop. Yeah.
if I didn't hurt my shoulder, I would have been a cop. But I hurt my shoulder, so. In full mop gear, we didn't do ruck marks, and I've never done a ruck mark in a full mop gear. So mop gear is NBC. It's I have a fun story with that though. So I've never done that tight, Tim, but it's hot as fuck. Like we would have to practice wearing mop gear, like, and you had to be proficient. So you had to be able, so you would wear your NBC mask, right? And you'd have to be able to open it, take it out, put it on, clear it in like, I think it was 20 seconds or 21 seconds. And like it's actually a pass or fail event, like a common soldier task. And those suck. Oh my God. And the NBC chambers, it's that CS gas. It's horrible. So think about, have you ever been sprayed with mace, Amit?
No.
So it's like that, but kind of on steroids, because it's in the air and you're breathing it in and it's stinging you in your nose and your lungs, and you're trying not to breathe in your eyes. You're just like snot's coming out of your mouth. It's literally the funniest and worst thing in the world. But Tim, fun little quick story. I promise won't talk too much about it. So I was a commo guy in the Army, 25 uniform, signal support system specialist, right? Basically, I dealt with tactical communication equipment and made sure that units can talk to each other, whether it be with high frequency radios or satellite radios, or just the good old wire to connect by a wire, like wire dog, whatever, right? But when I was young and I thought I could just do anything, that I was smarter than everyone else in the world, there's two things I tried to do, and I failed both of them. The first one was I tried to be a helicopter pilot, and that test that you take, you have to study for. But I guess I just thought I was too smart and I didn't need to study, and I bombed it. So I failed it. Didn't even get to go to become a warrant officer or a helicopter pilot. It's called a rotary wing aviator. And then the next endeavor, which I didn't fail instantly. It took 8 months to fail, but it's a very hard class. Is I tried to be EOD, explosive ordnance disposal bomb squad. And the reason I bring that up, because ultimately I failed that. But the reason I bring that up, yeah.
The way you said it, bro, it's like it took 8 months for me to fail that. It's just
it's a year-long school. It's a year-long school, and I failed out after 8 months through. People fail out before that, but I failed out like in the later stages. Before you can get accepted to do that, you have to go to an EOD unit, and you have to do like you have to do certain things. And one of the things I had to do was I had to put on full mop gear, right? Full mop gear. And no, it wasn't a mop gear. It was a bomb squad suit, but it's kind of like mop gear. And then I had to run 2 miles in it, and that was hard. But anyway, now people are bored of this talking. They want to talk about
well, we got to end it anyway. Now it's like 12:30. This is a
Oh,
good talk though. It's good stuff.
That shit went fast.
It went fast, right? Hour 30 minutes just went by.
That was an hour and 30 minutes. We've been here an hour and 30 minutes.
Hour 29 and 31 seconds.
Coño.
We've been talking, bro. We like some radio broadcasters up in this hoe, bro. Just like, you know, the radio broadcasters that stay from like 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning, that do the morning. That's crazy, bro. 4 hours. Hold on. Chris said to play this. This is what the gas chamber looks like. All right, let's play that one video and we'll leave.
It's hilarious. Notice Chris never fucking said anything about Zim.
Yeah, he's just called DNA a fraud and Zim fishy and care.
This is recent. I've never used those gas masks before. These must be newer privates. Because oh yeah, definitely. We never wore our fucking sleeves like that. This must be very, very new. I got you, Glitch. That is basically CS. Gas, gas, gas. Oh, this. If I'm correct, they're gonna have to take it all off soon. Yeah, here it goes. Everybody's gonna start coughing. Watch.
Hold on. Why are they gonna start coughing?
Because that shit sucks. That's why.
Because so this is a literal gas chamber.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what they were doing, playing with their face before, was like preparing for.
No. So you saw how they had to pull their mask away, right?
Okay,
So
okay,
it got in there. So they had to learn how to put it back on while it's in there and clear it and expel all the gas out of the thing and clear it.
And the goal of this is if you're in mission critical warfare and there's a lot of dust and all this stuff, right? Like you have to be able to deal with that.
It's not dust. No, this is for nuclear, biological, or chemical warfare attacks. Like in the Iraq War, I believe it was the Kurds were attacked with like mustard gas, and like it's a thing that that happens.
Okay,
apparently.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's why you split up. Put your hands up.
They're having them recite the Soldier's Creed. It's not tear gas, it's CS gas. Tear gas is similar, but not the same.
That way, Private. That way. Flap your arm. Flap your arm. Flap your arm. Flap your arm.
Try that bit
Flap your arms. Open your eyes. Let's go. Let's go. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Keep them closed. Go. Flap your arms. I'm about to do some more right now. Flap your arm.
I meant that's it. It's
not your hands.
That's it. It's fine.
Why are they flapping the arms?
No idea. I have no idea.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Appreciate it. Gabe, put your channel real quick in the description.
Okay,
Please check out the link in the description for my startup. Would appreciate anyone being here to sign up. Give me some feedback on it. It was a good talk. Cathie Wood bought another 2 million shares of Ginkgo Bioworks. I'll have more coverage on it. I had a video come out today if anyone wants to know what they're doing. I think it's a very exciting company, but we'll see how it works out. Gabe talked about Zim, so if you want to go a little bit earlier in the stream, you can see what we talked about on that. And yeah, it was a good stream. Definitely check out his channel. He's on the grind. He's putting out videos. He's becoming a YouTuber. So you guys can show him some love.
Trying.
All right, everyone. I'll see you on the morning open, 9:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ending up the week on Friday. Thank you, everybody.
Hold on a minute.
Yes.
Vegas.
And the Vegas stream coming Monday night. Vegas stream coming Monday night.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Vegas.
See you guys.